Hi everyone, it's Tracy Murphy-Poxtis and welcome to Good to Great in Under 8, the weekly show for motivated professionals who want to elevate their leadership presence and increase their overall career satisfaction. So as you guys probably know, I'm live here every Monday at noon Central Time. And if you're not able to catch me live, please go ahead and take a look at the recordings of the show. You can find them on the Learning Corner page of my website, which is tracymurphycoaching.com. And so today, guys, our topic is all about procrastination. So as you know, we're all human. And so at some point or another, we've all likely not done something that we've wanted to do or knew that we should do. So what I want to do is share with you guys today two key factors that I strongly believe cause us to procrastinate. And those are fear and our desire for immediate gratification. Now, both of these topics are pretty meaty in and of themselves. So today, I'm going to talk about how fear drives us to procrastinate. And then on the next show, I'll talk about how our desire for immediate gratification causes us to procrastinate. So fear. Well, whether, guys, we recognize it or not, our mind often believes that if we take some kind of action, that there will be a negative consequence. And so what happens is our mind says, don't do that, right? It wants to protect us from our fear truly becoming a reality. And so the best way for me to bring this to life, I think, is to share a real life example. So I'm going to share a personal story with you about how I procrastinated. Back when I was the director of strategic insights and analytics at Johnsonville Sausage, one of the things that I needed to do was create a vision for my department. And so, as you might expect, I got our team together. We had a lot of conversations. We did some brainstorming. We did some work sessions. And we ultimately developed what we thought was a supervision. And we also developed an action plan for how we were going to accomplish that vision. So at the end of the day, the next step was for me to take that vision and action plan and share it with our senior leadership team. And so that's when the procrastination started. I got my presentation all together, was all ready to share it, and then I ended up moving the meeting out 3 different times, at least. Eventually, we did have the meeting. We got some great feedback and we moved forward. But what I didn't realize at the time was that I really was procrastinating. And the reason I was procrastinating is because I was fearful. I was fearful that the senior leadership team would reject my vision and ultimately reject me. I was also afraid that they might think I didn't know what the heck I was talking about. I was afraid they might regret hiring me. I was afraid they might think I was an ineffective leader. So lots of fears were running through me. Now, had I stopped and dealt with my fears at the time that they were happening, I would have uncovered that this was going on and I would have been in a position to work through it and not delay that meeting 3 times. So what could I have done? Well, the best thing I could have done was actually ask myself, what's the honest to God worst thing that could happen if they didn't like it? I mean, the truth was our team put a ton of work into creating this vision and action plan, and we had great rationale for why we were putting forth what we were putting forth. So really the opportunity was, okay, when we share this with senior leadership, we can defend it, and we might also get some great learning on how we could improve it and make it better. So had I have actually spent the time and worked through my fears and asked myself, what's the worst thing that could happen here? I would have seen that my fears were pretty unfounded and that I was missing a huge opportunity to learn from the company's senior leaders. So the next time you feel like you're procrastinating about something, take a step back and ask yourself if there's something deeper going on that you might be afraid of. Might you be afraid of making a mistake or losing the respect of someone? Might you be afraid of being embarrassed or making a bad decision? So think about what that fear really could be and look hard inside yourself to find it. And then once you find it, if it is a fear, then ask yourself, what's the honest to God worst thing that could happen, right? Because we make these things out to be so much bigger in our mind, maybe than what they really are. And then if the fear really is true and really likely to come through, then ask yourself, what are you willing to risk? And what other options might be available to you? So guys, working through fear is super challenging. But bottom line, at the end of the day, we really have two choices, right? We can work through the fear and move ourselves forward, or we can not work through it and continue letting it hold us back and procrastinate, and we never achieve our goals. So if procrastination is something that is a challenge for you and you're interested in getting some help on how to deal with it, feel free to reach out to me. Just go to the Work With Me page at tracymurphycoaching.com. Fill out the form at the bottom of the page, and I will get back to you as soon as possible, and we'll get a conversation started. Now, the other factor, desire for immediate gratification, is going to be the topic of next week's show. So I will see you guys back here live next week at noon. And again, if you're not able to catch the show live, you can get the recording at tracymurphycoaching.com and on the Learning Corner page.